So, welcome to Earth Day 2024. We got sunny skies today. Could not be better. And I think it's supposed to be up in the 50s. Dare I say 60s today. So, the music we were listening to before the service is a piece that I found working on Eclipse. It's called Total Eclipse by Bobby Hutchinson. Came out in 1968, titled the album and the song. And Chick Corea, actually on piano, keyboards, playing on the song. So, it's nice to have everyone here today. It's going to be a little cool here on Earth Day in the sanctuary. So, hope you find a cushion. There's a little bulletin for today's service. Ira has one of those in the back. So our prelude for today is a piece by Ikebe Shakedown, which is a 7-piece Afro soul band out of Brooklyn. And the title is Where the Day Breaks, which I've chosen for Earth Day. It's giving a picture of the sun rising in the east on a day just like we had today. And it's only a 1 minute and 25-second song for our meditation this morning. And as the horn section kicks in, is a gradual rise of a brightening sun, rising in the east on a day such as today, the day before Earth Day. This is Where the Day Breaks. For our moment of centering silence, let us reside in the spaciousness of the here and now. Pause and allow your inclination to speed into the next moment to receive. Just sit and remain in this open moment, a moment open to countless possibilities. Just breathe. Feel the breath and allow what comes to be. light our chalice for us today? On this Earth Day, may our chalice of light remind us that each of us can bring the light of love to the world. May this clear flame be as a symbol that every heart can burn bright with joy, peace, and harmony. May the wisdom of the ages speak to us through this light, and its truth stay in us and speak out of us when needed. Each of us can be a positive blessing to the world. Let the light shine. Opening words this morning are a translation from the Sanskrit titled Salutation to the Dawn. Listen to the salutation of the dawn. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. The energy is recourse to lie all the verities and realities of our existence. The energy of growth, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow only a vision. But today, well spent, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is the salutation to the dawn. What I'd like to do is, we're doing a blessing on prayers that came in here in Eclipse 24 that we've been collecting. In this container, we started collecting a planetary moment of silence. People wrote prayers, placed them in the container, and moved to Eclipse Rock during the rest of the weekend. And children, were in their art classes. They wrote prayers. People coming and leaving. Just wrote down a short prayer. A lot of these are birthday related. Eclipse. So, Betty, if you will come down and assist me, is full of index cards that people are doing. And I just pulled out a sampling of like 4 of these, just to give you an idea of what a few of these prayers are. And if you could just read those, Betty. And then we'll do a dedication prayer here in just a moment. Betty has never seen these before, so the penmanship may be challenging, but she is a school teacher.
I hope for divisiveness in the United States and the rest of the world to be supplanted by understanding, compassion, gratitude, and love. Healing, unity, connection, everlasting all. I wish for the light to overcome the dark in our human relationships, Earth worldwide, just as it does in this eclipse. May the awe of the eclipse experience turn into a caring, and positive inspirational actions throughout the community and the world. A prayer for the ending of the war.
Thanks, Betty. We dedicate these prayers and those who compose them to the earth itself on this Earth Day 2024. May these blessings and prayers and aspirations heal, nurture, and assist the earth as it seeks balance and vitality. May peace find its way on our planet. May all of life flourish. And may each of us do our part through word and action as individuals and as groups to be advocates and visionaries of abundance and cooperation on this, our shared planet and mutual home. We ask all of this on this day. So be it, and it will be. Amen. So when I was looking to select an offertory piece, what always comes up is the 1971 Marvin Gaye album, What's Going On? And it's actually a connected concept album of backup singers, instrumentalists, 1971. So what we're going to play is Mercy, Mercy Me, oftentimes called the Ecology song here in our offering this morning. And there's a distinctive sound, percussive sound on track, which was made by a wood block struck by a rubber mallet, drenched in studio reverb. And I never actually knew what it was, but it persists through the entire song. Mercy, Mercy. So just is on the back table this morning, as well as a faux jar, building fund jar. So, but Matt, you will be our usher as well.
So many duties.
I was coming in and going out. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go back and do our group reading this morning, which we overlooked. Number 551, an Earth Day reading from the Ute Indian tradition. It's titled Earth Teaching. Earth, teach me stillness as the grasses are stilled with light.
Earth, teach me suffering as
Earth, teach me caring as parents who secure their young.
Earth, teach me courage as the trees which stand tall.
Earth, teach me limitation as the ant which crawls on the ground.
Earth, teach me freedom as the eagle which soars in the sky.
Earth, teach me resignation as the leaves which die and fall.
Earth, teach me regeneration as the seed which rises in spring.
Earth, teach me to forget myself as melted snow forgets its life.
Earth, teach me to remember kindness as I feel weep from the rain.
So today is a culmination of a series of events. It's essentially been a 2-month run, from full moon on February 24th to the full moon in April, 2 days from now on the 23rd. On those bookends has included Lent, Easter, this total solar eclipse, and tomorrow, Earth Day, and then the full moon. This has been an intense 2 months of astrological, religious festivals, and in our case, Town Bolton and our church here, 2 months of preparation, for the events that surround the eclipse, and winding down on Earth Day this weekend. To follow the strong international and local response from the recent total solar eclipse, Earth Day this year, I think, is generating even more excitement than usual. Earth Day goes back to 1970, and it's been 40 years, 50 years of gradual, the hard work and the collection of celebrating the earth. So, I don't think I've ever experienced what you would call a universal moment. And with this year's eclipse, I think it came as close in my lifetime for that experience for me. I think of Apollo spacecraft liftoffs from the Kennedy Space Center, of people gathered, looking up to the sky, watching a successful liftoff. Or a universal moment of landing on the moon, and even watching on TV when the capsule would return and land in the ocean and would be retrieved. Watching this on TV, these collective moments of accomplishment, a shared moment as a nation or a global citizen during these events. And I have these images of everyone looking up to the sky in those shared moments, looking away from the planet, our everyday routine and struggles and stuff, and looking out to the skies, to space, to planets, beyond ourselves, to something larger than preoccupations. So for some, the eclipse was a natural event, a wonder cosmically correlated solar system in a larger universe that works amazingly. Science, nature, astronomy, and the appreciation of Mother Earth, Earth Day. For others, the eclipse was a cultural event, of media coverage, families coming together, deciding where are we going to be for that moment of totality or the eclipse. And the events that swept across our country and the world. The eclipse is also an astrological event, and it's a spiritual event, with meaning for people from various religious traditions. So for the eclipse, it could have been all of the above for you, or select one or two of these aspects of what the eclipse experience was. Eclipse 24 was amazing. The town of Fulton is now an eclipse town and hosted a cosmic event in grand fashion. The visitors who came will be talking about their eclipse experiences for years to come, a lifetime, and reminiscent of the time spent in Fulton, Maine. We here at UVU Fulton are busy as well, and many people we met will carry part of our UVU hospitality with them. The total eclipse itself was the event, and each person had their own totality moment. The particular spot you viewed it from, or a person or people you were sharing it with. So in the coming weeks, I'm hoping we'll get a chance to share some of those stories with each other and explore some of the after effect of viewing a total eclipse to see what each of that was for us. So briefly, here is my story of totality. As I'm still feeling a residual after effect 2 weeks now afterwards. I think even on path totality itself, coming right through Fulton, Maine, had an increased intensity to the experience. What I'm calling eclipse blitz. All of the work was 2 months plus that went in, leading up to the event. So here's how my day went on April 8th itself. This was day 4 of launching our UVU Fulton events. So early Monday morning, I'm on the road heading north to deliver Eclipse sunglasses to friends of mine. And the sun has just come up in the east. And as I look at the sun, I'm thinking, all of us are going to be tracking the sun over the course of this day as it rises, comes across the skyline to the moment of totality later this afternoon. On the way back, the sun was shining through my driver's side window, and I could feel it on my arm. And on my face, it was blindingly warm and bright. I could feel the sun. I believe I had tears in my eyes for 10 miles on the turnpike to Fulton. Then I crashed. We had a series of events planned all that morning on the amphitheater, metaphysical tent, the cafe, and so on. And I was scheduled to be over at the amphitheater, guiding some Tai Chi and some Qigong. And it turned out I needed to be back in the cafe. So students from the Qigong class covered for me over in the amphitheater, came back to the cafe It was a difficult, hard stretch. And I'm not sure, I don't remember a whole lot of it. I just remembered even my body was not working, and my brain was not coordinated in the manner that it really needed to be at that point. So, a friend of mine walked up and said, Dave, you need to get out of the cafe. Christoph came over and said, Dave, let's go get a lobster roll in the Episcopal Church. We need to get out of here. And my first response was, no, I really need to be here and to keep doing what I'm doing. But I made the shift and realized that's exactly what I need to do. We walked out into the sunshine, and by that point, it was almost 60 degrees. I feel it on my face as we walked 2 blocks over to church. And it literally felt like the first day of spring. Because remember, we had snow on Friday, leading up to Monday afternoon. I thought, totality is coming. It's almost here. And here I am, surrounded by it all. The people in Holton, sidewalks, from the Episcopal Church back to the Unitarian Church. The incredible energy of the people, the sunshine, and then totality that afternoon. I'm not sure what I said. I was on camera at that point. Film documentary, A Moment in the Sun, was being filmed, and Linda and I were right by my office door. I just found myself there, taking it all in, amazed by what I was seeing in the sky. Totality brought me back. The corona, the amazing energy of the sun's return as it relit the afternoon sky, and me along with it. I never experienced a shared experience like this. And afterward, everyone was asking each other, what was your experience? And everyone had something to say, their own personal take on what that was for them. At that point, you could literally walk up to anyone in the town of Holton, if they were from here or from another town, and you could ask that same question and get an answer. I was on the front lawn by Eclipse Rock, and this couple, I was talking to them, had driven all the way from northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. Originally, they had planned to drive to Texas. They had reservations, airline tickets. They looked at the forecast several days ago and changed all of their plans and headed to Boston, Logan Airport, to decide in the Northeast who they go to Burlington, Vermont, or Holton, Maine. And that morning, we saw the forecast, Burlington like 30% cloud cover. Holton was at 15% at that point. And they decided to come to Holton. And they were standing out in front of Eclipse Rock. They had just purchased a crystal for a metaphysical tent and had placed it on Eclipse Rock. And we had this, they were telling their story of their travels, how they got here. And an amazing exchange. And I did get it on camera, this little interview with them. And you'll see it later on at some point. I never considered myself an Eclipse guy before this, for 2024. Just a passing interest. And since the eclipse came directly through Holton, Maine, it was hard to avoid. my cruise experience, I consider myself, I'm an Eclipse guy. The next one is 2026. Iceland or Spain, which are the best place to view it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go or not. We can talk about it, see if anybody else wants to go. But I'm still processing that experience itself, which the words don't quite cover it. That's why I'm struggling in this talk. Stories lend itself, and we all have our stories from Eclipse 24. Andy Warhol once said, in the future, everyone will be world famous in 15 minutes. And this was Bolton's slightly less than 4 minutes of fame. It was our moment in the sun. We still have travel mugs and t-shirts available. Thanks. So that is my story. We're going to sing a hymn, take a little break, an earth song. This will be number 21 in the hymnal for the beauty of the earth. And please stand to stretch your legs a bit. So we're going to do a little slideshow. I've got over 100 slides, so this is going to be fast. Okay? And depending on the layer, you may need to just feel free to stand up. You won't have to get a better angle. So I had a lot of fun putting this together. Slides for this segment, last Sunday, and the year in Eclipse. So, So the title, we combined Earth Day, Eclipse, just like we did with Easter and Lent and all of it in this 2-month run. So here we go. This is an image taken from Bloomingdale, Indiana, of a jetliner just coming across totality of the time, which is an amazing image. So some of these are trying to capture that universal moment, that shared moment we were talking about. So this is from the National Mall in Washington, D.C. This is from the Hudson viewing platform in New York City and Manhattan. And everyone, again, is just looking into the sky. I remember Christoph's homemade mask that he had a couple of weeks ago. So many creations of different solar sunglasses. This was actually taken at the Augusta Golf Masters during the qualifying rounds. They stopped to watch the eclipse. This was taken in Niagara Falls, where they set a Guinness Book of World Record for most people dressed up in sun costumes on one boat. 309. Again, this is one of the posed sites from Niagara, which is one of the most popular spots of view of totality in the United States. With the largest pair of glasses I've seen. So here is totality approaching. And this was taken in Quebec, totality. And online you can see so many images from across the country that were captured by people. This is the image from Dunkirk, New York, under cloud-covered totality. And as you remember, this is what everyone was concerned about might happen in Holton, Maine. This is what totality would look like. As it turned out, this was Holton, Maine, at 0% cloud cover. And you can see the solar prominence at 7 o'clock and the Bailey's bees. And this is the NASA image that was shared from Holton, Maine. I could just look at that. And hopefully, you can bring back your own images of seeing this yourself. The images do not do it justice. So again, here is Holton, Maine. And what we're going to look at right now is just UU Holton version of some of our preparation that went into this and the volunteers for Eclipse 24. This is a shot from Littleton, Maine of Neptune as part of the solar project. And the New York Times photographer went around to photographs of our area. And this is one that they caught, and you can see the moon, the phase of the moon during this 2-month phase. And one of the best shots I've ever seen of Neptune. This is what it looked like 2 weeks before the start, 24 inches of snow downtown Churchfront lot. So here's a picture leading up to. We got our alien classes, our first shipment in early on this. Looking good, Don. So Don and Jan were actually in Florida for the eclipse, but for the lead up, they were a big part of what was going on here. So here's some volunteers in the kitchen getting the building ready in the kitchen. From top to bottom, we essentially was prepared for an open house. This is Lahua on one of the days. Man working with sombrero. I'm not sure if that tape measurement is accurate. You get the idea. Hauling in 3 additional freezers and redoing a new walk-in storeroom in the downstairs basement. This is a good friend, Forrest. The whoopie pies came in. I I've never seen so many whoopie pies in one place. And we did a lot of work in preparation on images and logo. This was ended up being our t-shirt logo, where you can see the corona coming around the edge of the Cup Cafe. This total solar eclipse logo, which we felt really proud of. And we still have some of these t-shirts available. We upgraded our church logo to color, adding a chalice in the middle. And this is a slightly different version of the Eclipse version of the new church logo in the middle. We originally had, it was a hand-drawn, Karen will remember this from our newsletter days. It was our letterhead of the architect, the roof line of our building in black and white. This is a collection of some memorabilia as we were getting ready for the eclipse. There's a t-shirt we were talking about. And this was all our merchandise for UU Holton, from the bottomless coffee cup travel mug, equal exchange, 92% cacao chocolate bars, t-shirts, and stickers. All of these things still live. And this was part of the design that went in the newspaper statewide, and over the wall, I get to you'll see again some of the banners that were used inside the building and outside. So this is the install of Eclipse Rock, which happened just a week before the event occurred. And the camera crew happened to be here working on a documentary. So it worked out well. They were able to film the install in snow. So one of the first things we did was the opening ceremony in a snowstorm. And we had blessings on Eclipse Rock. This was Jimmy Urbanic, our Episcopalian priest. She was all bundled up. People were inside keeping warm by the fireplace. Our shaman was running late that day. It was cold. Here is our shaman, Malice woman. We did one part of the blessings, and his mom was in the little glasses. So here's a few photographs that were filmed when they came up from New York City and Australia. And they ended up actually staying in Ira and Randy's place as well. This would be Mia Weinberger and Tom Van Calvin. And this shot, again, taken right at the Cup Cafe upstairs. So you'll get a glimpse of their crew eating lunch here one day. There's 7 of them in all. And we posed a few pictures on the stage. So this ended up becoming a big part of our experience here, leading up to, they were here for the Easter service, they were here for a service back in February. They joined us on a Sunday. 5 concerts in 4 days. This is one electric bonfire concert. Big Nazo came on stage, he took over as part of the electric bonfire concert. Big Nazo was all over town in Holton and ended up being here in a few cameos. This was a healing healing, sound healing on Sunday afternoon, which was an amazing event here in the sanctuary. And Bertrand Lawrence doing a concert on Sunday night. The fireworks downtown ended up being our intermission act. We came back for the second set. Kenny James opened up. Here's our sound man on duty at the backboard. You had 4 setups in one day at Sunday, from the Sunday service all the way to Sunday night. So Ira was a busy man. And here's just some shots of downtown Holton. George never looked better. And there's a view. I snuck up behind George and got this picture. So now we're at Monday afternoon. This is moments before totality. Christoph has his shield, well-trained mask, shield in place. And I got a couple of pictures. These just demonstrate how effective it is and the safety protocols. Matt and Lexi in the front lawn is navigating to see which direction the sun is. And then there are people all over London Park viewing it. Diane, her children were here in the back, out by our side. Which ended up being one of the best views. It was right on our side, looking over towards the sun. And you'll see just everyone looking up to the sky. This is the Rushes in Florida at the same time. And you heard a lot of shadow effects, and we got a few of those shots. And the shadowy man with the hat on, I believe that is Ira's profile. We had drummers show up from the UU Society in Bangor. They helped us after the totality event. Joshua was also helping out, and Christoph on the gong. This is Mark Horvath. This photo, which I love, here in the New York Times newspaper as well. It's great having astrophysicists living right in your hometown when the eclipse totality comes through. And here's Mark and Mary Alice over in the Metaphysical tent, which was open from Saturday through Monday. And this is a little glimpse of the inside. John Pasquarelli was doing music one day, and our volunteers, it was cold in the Metaphysical tent. That's all I can say. And this is Holly. It turned out to be Randy's brother, who knew each other from years ago, met in the Metaphysical tent and had a special moment of reunion. This is one of the vendors' displays table in the Metaphysical tent. This was Holly's. So many of these stories of running into people. It's like homecoming, meeting new people, but also families and people returning to Holton for the viewing of the eclipse. So these encounters were going on all weekend, running into people you least expected. Holly outside being interviewed on the radio, and you can see the Metaphysical tent in the background to the left. And some friends of Holly that were here during the weekend. This is one of the children's events outside in the amphitheater on Monday morning. And wrapping up, these are shots from last week, taken in here, in the Unitarian Sanctuary. It's that's a great looking roof. Okay. And here's one of the photographs of children writing prayers for the eclipse prayer container, Earth Day that we dedicated today. So you should be able to recognize most of these people, if they have eclipse glasses on or not. Teddy was difficult to catch in pose. Here's the outdoor group photo version by Eclipse Rock. I'm not sure where you get any antennas, Matt.
I don't know. It's a screw on it.
Used to be Holly's partner, Jeff, from Oregon, flew in. Flight did not go as planned. He had gone on the bus. The plane only got so far. But he made it here for the event. What I love is all the smiles and the positive energy. This is an early shot, putting up a flagpole, put a stop. I think Matt was part of that construction crew somewhere. You can see some of the signs laying around. This is Angie Watton came by after the photo shoot. Simply walking by some county pose, taking his alien glasses and pose for a picture. And we're going to keep the in-action shots with my super soaker from the Eclipse blessing. So. Here's Prelude. I'm not sure who's taking the photo of you, but you take the photo. It's one of these later. And these are the last two shots. And that concludes our speedy slideshow for today. Give yourself a round of applause. Any brief comments before we move on? We're going to extinguish the chalice and I have a few closing words. Give you a little more time. Okay. Even as we extinguish the chalice, and as we leave this place, we carry within us a luminous sense of being that is our truest nature. Be love and compassion in this world. Let the earth be blessed as we are blessed.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you'd like to show your support, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and help us out by sharing this message by clicking the share button. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to you, Church Holton, there is a link to our online donations in the video description down below. And again, thank you so much and have a blessed day.